Hey, welcome everyone. Chris, Tammy, and Joel here, the owner of GotBackup CEO. And again, this is not an actual presentation as we stated in the emails and the Telegram group as we communicate with you for this event. It's more of a recap and a Q&A. As you know, this last Saturday, we had a wonderful event that introduced an incredible opportunity for us to use some new tools that could also drive some leads on top of the fact it would also drive a greater income for you if you take advantage of the opportunity. And then on Wednesday, we've done a recap, another segment, and we're doing this all week. And today, it's more of revisiting the tools that are available to you, but in the same time, answering some of your questions. And then on Saturday, tomorrow, on the training, as we know, we do a training every Saturday, Joel will come back again, but this time we'll be doing some practical use of these tools on how you can actually use that yourself and how to, for example, initiate, for example, the memory place, a segment for you to be able to share your link, and same thing for the testimonials. I know I intend to use that personally for my business to ask our audience to share a few words for Tammy and I. So this is what we want to do here today. So Joel, I'm going to turn this over to you. Maybe you want to start with the presentation to give people a sense of direction. Some people might be brand new here. Maybe they don't know about the promotions and everything that's going on. So folks, this is Joel Terrien. Again, if you don't know him, is the CEO of GotBackup, a wonderful friend of Tammy and I. So Joel, I'll turn this over to you. And Tammy, I'm sorry, Joel, I didn't give you an opportunity to say anything.
We didn't even say hi to Tammy.
I'm so sorry.
Happy Friday, everybody. No, we're excited to be here always. And we're so happy that you contacted us, Joel. Honestly, we were at a stage where we were thinking, digital tools may be an opportunity for us to do some great things. And here you give us a call, and here we are, 2.5 years now, maybe. Yeah. 2 years, 4 months building GotBackup. So thank you for making that initial call, because we're very, very excited about you.
Well, I thank myself for making that initial call, because I was scared to death to do it. And that's the truth, guys. So we're going to keep this call a little bit more relaxed and fun. But, maybe that's lesson number one. So for those who didn't hear, I've been very fond of Chris and Tammy for the past 25, almost 30 years. I don't want to say past that, because I don't want to sound like we're 85 years old or whatever. But, I was always very, like, they're, and I don't mean this in a bad way. They're tiny people, but they're so powerful in stature. Like, it's just, the aura. It's like they walk in a room and you're like, I just want to be them. I want it. So anyway, needless to say, guys, I had a man crush and a lady crush on both of them. And so we stayed in touch over 25 years. Chris and Tammy were building an amazing company. I saw their success, and I guess on their end as well, they saw what I was doing online. So even though we were both in network marketing, they were in more physical network marketing. I was doing more digital network marketing. Anyway, long story short, when we launched GotBackup about 2 to 3 months in, it was doing very, very well. And for quite a few weeks, I'm like, do I hit up Chris and Tammy? Do I not? Do I hit them up? And then, things were just kept doing well. And I'm like, Joel, like Wayne Gretzky says, you miss the shots that you never take. So I sent them a text, and I guess they were just landing, coming from a trip back in Mexico. And I said, hey, and of course I asked permission first. Hey, Chris, do you mind if I share something with you? He said, sure. And then, I said, this is what we're doing. And probably he looked at the website for like maybe a couple of minutes or whatever. I don't know what you're doing on the plane or whatever. And I just got
that's what
literally back right away. We're in. Like, because the trust was already there. They knew me, right? Like, now they weren't literally in, but they're like, in other words, let's hear more about this. Let's have some fun with this. So the point being, guys, I know how hard it is sometimes to come out of your comfort zone, because I am an introvert by nature. I'm very shy by nature. I've trained myself when I jump on a webinar or I'm presenting. It's like it's almost an ultra ego of myself, where you train yourself to, like, okay, it's go time, and everything's okay. So that's the first lesson, guys. you know, because we talk about all these wonderful tools. Memory Place we'll talk about a lot today because it's really, it's blowing up in our help desk and people are using it right away. But the reality is, if you don't reach out to your friend who's having a wedding or a graduation or a birthday party, if you don't go that little bit out of your comfort zone and say, hey, I've made this for you, scan this QR code, and you can share all the pictures and videos, guess what? Nothing's going to happen, guys, right? So you gotta teach yourself a little bit day by day to come out of your comfort zone a little bit more and more and more. So that's one thing I want to talk about today, guys. The other thing, the biggest question that came in, it keeps coming in. People who are not members up until this Sunday, can they get this? So in other words, you got a prospect out there in prospecting land and they want to join us today. The best thing that they can do is join for the monthly. So go pay the $29.97, join for the monthly. And then once they're a member, they can log in. They'll get the pop-up in their members area to go ahead and become a pro. So there's been about 10 or 12 people that have done that already, guys. So that was the biggest question as well. If somebody's not a member, can they take advantage of this deal? So anybody who's not a member right now, and if you're on this webinar, if you go and sign up for the $29.97, you can log in and upgrade and become a pro and bypass the $4.97. That was the first thing. The other big question that came in is people didn't quite get what commissions they're getting. So if you sponsor, so here's to all the people that have a downline. Anybody that you directly sponsored, if you upgrade, you're going to get 25%. So on the $199, you're going to get roughly 40 some dollars. And on the monthly, of course, you're going to get about $5 there as well. So you're going to, you know, it's in your best interest too, as well, to push people to the yearly because then they get the 100 leads as well. Okay. So that was the second biggest question. If there's any questions in the text, let me know. If not, we can go through part of the presentation a little bit, guys, if you want to. Was there any questions that came in crossing, Chris and Tammy? Because I know you talk to a lot of people every day that maybe we cover first.
Yeah, I'm actually not this morning, but the question is, it's more of a confirmation that this promotion, folks, ends on Sunday, right? So a brand new person that comes in, you know that after Sunday, they pay the $4.97, and from that point on, you're going to really benefit from the CAB, the customer acquisition bonus. But again, just to recap very quickly, because I know that was a very typical question. If someone is not a member, again, just repeating what Joel said, you sign up for the $20, and then you spend, you know, for the first month, which is $9.97, which is turn out to be $29.97 or something like that, right? And then from there, you have access to your account, and then you just go through the upgrade, and then you pay for the year. I do recommend, because it's much more beneficial for you. You save 2 months. And then from there, you pay your $199. Okay. And the other thing too, folks, is that you're getting 100 leads. Just that alone, if you buy these 100 leads, it's worth
$50.
Exactly. It's more expensive than the actual. You would spend more money that it costs to go yearly for the $19.97 a month, right? So again, just wanted to add this for clarity. And I think generally this is, these were the main questions. And if someone after Sunday starts, then they pay the $4.97, and then he would pay the $20 for the you know, to become an associate, and then he would pay the $199. Okay, so that's the total amount for someone to start after within the following week. Just wanted to clarify that. So at this point, Joel, we'll keep it open for any questions. And
yeah, another question that I just thought of that came in quite a bit. So a lot of people, as an example, there's a lot of our members who have SendShark for $25 a month. That gives you 50,000 subscribers. Okay. So a lot of people started putting in help desk tickets going, oh, I want to downgrade from $25 a month SendShark and get this. Keep it, guys. We're good marketers and we'd like to take care of people, but we're also not silly. And what I mean by that is people thought with all the tools that we're giving you, everything's unlimited. I mean, it would cost us a fortune to give everything unlimited. So the other question was, are the tools limited? Yes. So as an example, using that same example, some people who are paying $25 a month for SendShark, they have the capacity to have up to 25,000 subscribers in there. So don't downgrade to $19.97 to get the other tools, because you're only going to get 500 subscribers. Okay, guys. The video streaming, people are paying for video streaming $25. That's for unlimited videos. Here, we're giving you 50 videos. Okay. So the point is they're limited, but here's the thing. People say, well, that's not fair. No, trust me. If you get 500 people on your email list opting in, you're going to be making more than $500 a month. So you're going to be making money, not spending money. So, oh my God, to upgrade an extra $25 to open up your autoresponder to 25,000 people is nothing compared to the income that you're making. So I know a lot of people, maybe not necessarily on this call, but people watching the replay, there's a lot of people with 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 20,000 subscribers in their autoresponder. Don't go and downgrade because the capacity is different. So that was another question that came in. I know Tissa was on the call. He asked how many videos do we get? I think it's 50 videos that we're putting in right now when you get that package. But again, if you've got 50 videos in there that are circulating all over the internet, those 50 videos are certainly going to be making you more than $20 a month. So that was another big question that came in. Do you see any questions?
Yeah, there's one that just popped in, and maybe for clarity, I'm going to bring it up here. My friend is trying to join directly to the Pro, but the link is not letting him. The question here, Maflo, is he a person that does not have an account with GotBackup? Because if that's the case, we just explained that they need to spend the $20 plus the first month to have access to their account and then do the upgrade. If they're an existing member, then I suggest you go through the support and they will handle that for you. Unless, Joel, if there's anything else you want to add to this.
Yeah, no, it seems like, yeah. So again, this is a members only deal. So if you have a prospect, like Chris said, who's not a member, they're going to have to become a member first. And then the link only works for people in their members area, if that makes sense. So I hope that answers your question, Maflo. It's not going to link. That link is not going to work for the general public. It's a members only, very, very special offer.
And Joel, just to give some value to what it is you're offering, for decades, I've been using a system called Wix, and they're charging me around $80 a month for their email services. 80, folks, that's US, to have up to 1 million send, right? A million emails sent. So in other words, if I have a database of about 7,000 members and I send an email multiple times a week, that million is going to hit just like that. So there's a lot of limitations out there. And what GVO is offering with, for example, the SendShark, obviously understanding that you have limited capacity, but it's more than most people would use. And the reality is the opportunity is so generous. There's so much income possibilities for you if you share this information, these tools with others. That, like Joel said, your income will be significantly higher than the cost of a tool if you need to upgrade because you're using it extensively. So the prices, I'm telling you, it is so inexpensive and you got so much power, and the general public do not need to send 1 million emails. You understand what I mean? So what they're offering here is so generous. So back to you, Joel.
Yeah, no, it's very generous. And by the way, so where we limit you is in the amount of subscribers you have, but you can send unlimited emails. So as your list grows, and again, it comes back again, guys, to my humble beginnings. When I started the company, I literally started it on $25 a month. But I was, even though I'm an introvert, I said to one side of my brain to this, shut up, Joel. If you're going to have any sort of success, you got to stop being your little introverted self and get out there. So I started getting to work really hard. Back then we were doing web hosting. And so I went and sold about 40 people at $25 a month web hosting, literally going door to door to door to door, which is probably one of the scariest things that you can do. But the point is this. I started the company on $25 a month. Once I got to 50 people paying me $25 a month, my guy that was helping me out on the back end, which was just a friend when I was in university, said, hey, it's time to upgrade to a dedicated server. And back then, a dedicated server was $550 a month, right? But even that, guys, is so cheap. Like we see, just to put things in perspective on just how amazing this is. We have a lot of people that are retired, and we have a lot of entrepreneurs that were retired. And so I was talking to a gentleman like a week ago. maybe 5 days ago after launching this just on the phone. And he's like, Joel, like, I cannot believe that I can start a business, collect up to 75% commissions. I don't have to do phone calls. I don't have to do tech support. He goes, I had a restaurant, over the years, and my minimum overhead each day was $4,000 to $5,000 a day. Like, not a month, not a year, a day, with all my staff plus my rent and all this kind of stuff. So that's where you have to put things into perspective. Some people go, oh my gosh, I'm not sure if I can afford $20 a month. And then you have other people going, oh my God, this is the most ridiculous offer I've ever seen. And it really, really is. So we do things this way, guys, because when I got started, I was hard on cash. And the other thing that I mentioned too, guys, for a lot of people just keeping things real, have your backup plan. When I got started, my goal was to make $500 a month. And my reason my goal was that is I was living in a very small townhouse, and that was my mortgage payment, $500 a month. And once I got to that, I wanted to make more and more and more and more. So the point being, guys, it's a ridiculous offer. And sales are flying in. Okay. A lot of you guys are seeing some great commissions from all of this, but it's just the best deal out there. And then the other thing I just want to say, by having your backup plan, because we do see this too. I just lost my job last week. I've been reading online that if I click one button, I can make $5,000 by next week. A lot of people subscribe to that, but it's just not true. Okay. It's just not true. So I was working as a doorman at night. Okay. Even though I don't have a college degree, guys, here's what happened in my life. I was going to Concordia University in Montreal. Then life happened. My girlfriend at the time, who became my wife very quickly, got pregnant. And I was like, oh, damn. So anyway, I didn't finish college whatsoever. And so because I didn't finish my college degree, I was working as a doorman at night and running my online business during the day. And then it didn't take too long because I did hustle to where I didn't have to work at night anymore and just ran my business during the day. So that's just the other thing I want to put out there, guys. If your mortgage is due tomorrow or your bills are piling up or whatever, this is not the thing to do. What you need to do is go get a job to cover your bills, okay? Because here's the other thing that happens. You cannot make good decisions under financial stress, okay? And so that's where I pat myself on the back. It took me 2 years to really figure out the internet. It's not going to take you guys that long, but it took me 2 years because I had no mentorship, no people. I had no education in internet marketing at all. But because I had my backup plan of at least getting my basic bills paid, it opened the door of a situation where I could think logically. I wasn't thinking under stress. I wasn't in panic. And it gave me, a way to really build my business. So, I mean, that's not even a question here, guys, but that's the mindset you need to have to grow this out.
And I agree with you, Joel, because I can testify to that. And Tammy and I went through that when we started our journey decades ago in the network marketing world. Joel, there's a question here that I think it's probably good to bring up here is, as a member, when we upgrade to Pro and we already renewed yearly for the $997, how does that work? Oh.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. What would you answer to that?
Where was it? Could you post it on the screen, Chris?
Yeah. This one over here.
Okay. Yeah. Again, just put in a help desk ticket. Okay. If you renewed yearly, like recently, just put in a help desk ticket. We work with people one-on-one. But just as an example, one person said, okay, I just upgraded to Pro. I want a full refund on my yearly, but he opened his yearly 10 months ago. So in other words, he used most of it. We're like, no, we're not giving you a full refund. You use the software for 10 months. We'll prorate you and give you a month free or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So if you just upgraded a year ago, like whatever, just put in a help desk ticket in the top right of your members area. Don't go to GotBackup.com. Okay. The best support is inside the members area. Log into your members area. Top right is the support button. Just put in a ticket with that question and the team will take very, very good care of you.
And the other question you touched on this one here is, I joined Annual GoPro paying $997. Do I still renew the subscription? I'm assuming she's talking about the following year, unless I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think that's what she's saying. Yes, it's a yearly subscription at $199.97. Correct.
Correct. Okay. So carry on. I think we're good for questions now.
Yeah. Okay. Just looking. Well, anything again, guys, ask questions, or I mean, we're already 20 minutes in, so I don't really want to go through the whole presentation. I want to go what's important for all of you guys as well. I'll give you the link. Again, if you're a member, I'm just going to paste the link in here to upgrade. And again, the main reason it's going away Sunday night at midnight, guys, is, as I told you guys, it's going to take us 3 to 4 to 5 months to go and get you all those leads, because it's done through real advertising that we're doing. It's not sustainable for us. We can't offer 100 leads on top of everything, in perpetuity, evergreen or whatever, and stuff like that. Just good. That's awesome to hear, Dr. Dorothy. Yeah, awesome. Perfect. Awesome. So yeah, the support team's amazing, guys. I'm not in the help desk all day long, but I do check in once or twice a day to make sure everything's running smooth in there. And we really do have a really, really good support team. But again, try to use this support inside the members area, because they have priority support. If you go to GotBackup just to contact us, a lot of people hit us up there that are not members. So they have secondary tier support. If you log into your members area, we know you're a member, you have top one, first tier support. So log into your members areas where you're going to get the best support for sure.
So Joel, I'm going to bring this question up because it's really in line with what you were sharing. Is there a free version of the SendShark or a trial for Lee Capture from Hernan Gutierrez?
Yep. There's free trials of all the tools, guys. There's free trials of SendShark, Memory Place, testimonial generator, all that kind of stuff. Not the funnel builder, because that's an internal tool. But yes, so that's what I mean by generating you leads. Let me go back. Let me go to that slide here.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find the right slide for you guys. There we go. So what you do with all these tools is you give them away for free. Okay. For free trials. Some of them are free for forever. So let's talk about Memory Place a little bit then, guys, because it's by far showing the highest interest in the members area. We know why, because it's extremely viral. So I wish I had the video to play, but what you can do. So let's say Chris and Tammy are getting married next week. Their main concern is their wedding. Right? They don't want to play with technology. They don't, hey, don't, the bride's nervous as it is and all that kind of stuff. So the best thing for you to do is I would reach out to Chris and say, hey, Chris, I'm going to give you some little pamphlets, some little postcard style things. All I want you to do is make sure that you put them on every guest table for your wedding. That's it. That's all I want you to do. And then what that's going to do, Chris, is they're going to scan a QR code, and every guest in your wedding can now share all their pictures and all their videos in real time. Does that sound interesting to you? I don't know anybody who's having a memorable event who's going to say, no, thank you. I don't want any of that. I don't want my guests sharing any pictures or videos, right? So you do that for that person, and they have a very, very positive experience, because yeah, I mean, what a wonderful thing to do in perpetuity to a friend. There's a psychological law, guys, known as the law of reciprocation, okay? When you do something for free without expectation, okay, those people, their hearts, their level of trust automatically opens up a little bit for you, okay? So the other thing was, which it was Anil Nam brought up, is when you create a Memory Place, okay, we do not reach out to those people. Okay, so if I create a Memory Place for Chris, it's generating a bunch of data, because how the data is generated, if I'm here on my phone and I upload my pictures, a pop-up says, congratulations, thanks you for sharing your pictures and videos. Would you like to be notified when this memory capsule or this Memory Place goes live? And of course, if you're at a wedding, just out of curiosity, 80% of people say, yeah, I'd love to see all the pictures and videos of all the pictures that were taken from everybody here. So they naturally put in their name and email address. That's the viral component that creates data for you. So what we've seen on the back end, let's say for example, you have a graduation or a wedding of 300 people. With the 300 people, you can expect to generate about 200 leads. About 80% of the people who are sharing videos and pictures are saying, yes, I'd like to know when this goes live. And that's where it generates the data for you. And then from that point, we'll start doing, webinars on Saturdays and other times of exactly how you can reach out to those people to introduce them to who you are as the memory place owner and stuff like that. So, but the main thing I want you guys to know, because of the question that came up, no, we as a company, GVO or GotBackup, if you create a memory place account, it generates a lot of leads for you, but we do not reach out to those leads. Those are your leads. Does that make sense, guys?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I think of all the businesses that can really benefit from this as well. So I got my wheels are constantly turning with all of these new tools that, there's so many people out there that are building business online, and to be able to generate those leads, it opens up conversation and connection. And you never know, they may want other new tools. And so, yeah, it's a great opportunity for all of us to really take advantage of these tools and building relationships and marketing and helping them grow their businesses too.
Yeah. Great question here. So the answer is no. Okay. So if you send your memory place link out there, that generates you a lead of somebody who created a memory place account. But if they go and create, now that as a free member, I think they can only create 2 events, right? So as a free member, if again, the creator of the event itself is the person who gets the leads. Mm-hmm. Okay. So Andres, if you refer somebody and they create an account and they do a memory place, they get the leads. Okay. Now, what's really cool is if they have a really good experience with that, some of them are going to upgrade at memory place to get unlimited events or whatever and stuff like that. And guess what? Now you get a commission on that as well. But no, the person who creates the memory place itself is the one that gets all the leads and stuff like that. That would be horrible, right? So let's say I refer Tammy and she creates an event for her sister who's getting married, and then me goes and starts soliciting all the people that were at her sister's wedding. No. That would not be cool, if that makes sense, guys. So great question there.
I guess Bruce has a question comment there.
Okay, here, let me just go to this one because it hits me in a soft way.
Okay. Yeah.
Kendra says, this is not really a good time for me at this time. My Social Security is being hit and I'm really not working right now. Kendra, you can do it, man. Okay. I started with no money in my pocket. What you need to do is change your attitude, change your mindset, and say, damn, this is only $20. I can work right now and I can make, guys, with 2 referrals, you're already making your money back. Okay. It's a very now put that into perspective as well. If you brought 2 people into your restaurant every day, could you make money? No. If you brought 2 people to your mechanic shop, no. If you had 2 customers in your dental practice, could you make money? No. With us, with just 2 people, that's how easy it is. 2 people, you can start to make some good money. So rather than thinking about it costing you something, Kendra, just decide in your mind that you're going to do it. And guess what? You'll start making money, and then you won't have to rely on your Social Security anymore. Let's see what Bruce has to say here.
What verbiage would you put on, let's say?
It really depends on the event, right, Bruce?
Yeah.
So if it's a wedding, in the back end, when you create the QR code, you can just say, we're at Zach and Melissa's wedding. Please scan the QR code to share all your pictures and videos in real time for the bride and groom. If it's a graduation, welcome to Haley's graduation. If you don't mind, any pictures and videos that you take, please scan this QR code, and all those pictures and videos of Haley's graduation will be given to her in real time.
Joel, if I was Bruce and I had some kind of a card to explain, I wouldn't really explain, because this is kind of self-explanatory, especially in a wedding environment or anything. You just leave it on the table, say, scan this QR code to share your videos and pictures. That's it.
Yeah.
People understand, right? Because the QR code, it's not something new, right? Everybody knows that you scan this, or most people do. And then from there, it brings you right to, it's self-explanatory. So you don't need to put a lot of words into it. That's what I would do anyway.
Yeah, and on the back end, it kind of guides you along to
Yes,
creating that postcard. And
exactly.
again, this is becoming really, really popular. So we'll add more features to dress up little postcards in there. You know, if it's a wedding, we can make it nice little graphical elements of a wedding. And you just type what's in there. Welcome to Zach and Allison's wedding. Please scan this QR code to share all your pictures and videos. And like Chris said, it's very self-explanatory at that time.
Yeah. Now, Baxter basically said, if you pay monthly, can you purchase the yearly after? Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Anytime. Good question. So if you upgrade to the monthly $19.97, however, if you upgrade to the year, I can't necessarily, let's say you upgrade to the year in 3 months from now, I can guarantee the 100 leads. Okay.
Yeah. That's the promotion for now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can include a link and beside the QR code. Absolutely. You can
Yeah,
create it on there.
I mean, the link's a little bit long, guys, on the back end. Okay, it's not simple like go memoryplace.com. So add an event, Dr. Koa, we can do it. But the link, because it's a dynamic link for every different type of memory place that's being created, it's quite long. So I really doubt people are going to type it in. They're just going to scan the QR code. But it's something we can look at in the future for sure.
One thing, Joel, that people can do, and I know it's not necessarily general knowledge with the public, but if you have a domain for that particular wedding, you can just assign that link to that domain, which could say it could just be Chris and Tammy marriage.com, right?
Yeah,
Something like that. Yes.
That's a good idea. Now, keep in mind, if you register a domain, it's very doable. But then that costs you $15 extra per year to get the domain, which is not a lot of money, but nevertheless. And here's the other thing that's really cool about a wedding too. I was talking with Mike and my wife yesterday. You know, like we all know that people buy on emotion, right, rather than logic. I mean, Chris has a wonderful $200,000 Tesla, but let's face it, myself included, I have a really nice car. A moped does almost the same thing, right? But we back it up with logic and whatever and stuff like that. Here's what's really cool about Memory Place. Weddings, graduations, you know, these are very highly emotional events, very happy events. And that's why, you know, people in the industry make a fortune because, oh, but baby, if you love me, you'd spend the $55,000 on my wedding, you know, and you're like, where in your right mind would you ever spend $50,000 in one day? But people do it all day long, right? Anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000 on a wedding. Here comes you who's invited to the wedding and says, you know what? I'm not charging you a penny. I know your photographer, your professional photographer already cost you $5,000. How would you like to also get every picture and every video that the guests shoot? Yeah, I'd love that. Guess what? It's my gift to you. It's free. What? Yep, not charging you a penny. So again, boy, does that open the door because they've spent all this money. And then here comes little old you as a guest to the wedding going, man, again, it's that law of reciprocation. Like, wow, Joel's a nice guy. Look, we got 4,000 pictures and videos from our guests here, absolutely free. And then now, you know, now you don't do it right away, but maybe a week later, if it was Tammy that got married, I might reach out to Tammy and say, hey, Tammy, I just started in the cloud storage business. Do you mind taking a look for me? You know, I'll send you a link. And, you know, first the question would be, do you back up all your stuff? You know, well, no, the first question would be, are you enjoying your memory place? Of course, you're going to say, yeah, wow, like, so thank you so much. Well, you know, there's another element to storage that's really important to people. Obviously, the pictures and videos at your wedding are really important to you. Is all the pictures on your phone and your computer, all your data important to you? They're going to say, yeah. Well, either they're going to say, I don't have a computer, which is probably highly unlikely, but they're going to say, yeah. Like, I mean, I've got contracts on there. I've got pictures, thousands of pictures over years. How would you like to back up everything that you have, not only for you, but your whole family for less than $10 a month? Would you take a look at that for me? And again, because you did something so nice to them a week or two ago, they're going to say, absolutely, let's take a look for $10 a month. Why not? So we're just giving you guys ideas that really, you know, connect people and get people involved in the business itself. So again, whether, you know, if you give away free testimonials for a business owner, giving away free memory places, people, their hearts open and this trust starts to build.
So I read the comments that some people are posting, which are quite relevant for some ideas for you. But the memory place is absolutely brilliant. I remember, I mean, to hire photographers, and I'm not saying that it not to do that, because it's nice to have a professional front, to have. But I'm telling you that having every single cell phone device in the room that can take a moment that honestly professional photograph may not even get, but you may catch it into these memory places, and you can create a series of, like a summary of the event with pictures and videos yourself. With today, with the tools, it's just so many plug and play tools. You can just upload videos and pictures, and it will create an MP4. I mean, it's amazing the content that you will get with having every members of an event. And it doesn't have to be a wedding. I saw church events. It could be, I know that in Ghana, they're doing a walking event on Saturday.
Tomorrow. It's already tomorrow, Chris.
That's tomorrow. Exactly.
Yeah.
Saturday's tomorrow. Right. So this is an event where you really want to showcase Memory Place and show exactly what it's doing. And there's so many cases for, think of your child's birthday, whatever. Right. Yeah. And every members could turn around, and that way everybody that shows up can share the pictures they took from their own device. Now you have access to every single pictures, and obviously that people are willing to share with you. So go ahead, Joe.
Oh, no, sorry. And again, talking about when you were talking about the professional photographer, we do have, this is well before ever even doing what we're doing right now as far as the package we created. Memory Place has been out for a couple of years now. We have professional photographers using Memory Place as a way of creating a unique selling proposition for them. Well, you could go and hire Tim over there. Tim's just going to do your pictures. But if you hire us, we're the same price. But we also have some unique software where you can now collect all the pictures and videos of all your guests as well. Mm-hmm. So how would you like to hire me? Because I'm offering so much more, right? So photographers could initially see it as competition, or if they buy into it, can actually use it as a unique selling proposition to get them hired at that special event as well.
Just a question.
I agree. I think it's awesome to talk to the photographer, because they can give you one free picture in that group of stuff that they've done, or a couple pictures. They've got the database. Now they can make an offer if you wanted to purchase some pictures. They're helping their own business, right? So yeah, there's lots of ways to really take these tools to a whole new level.
Godfrey, instead of sending
sorry, I took that off. Let me put it back. Go ahead. There we go. Oh no, wrong one. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Let me catch it. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. Instead of sending a link, as Joel expressed earlier, it's a bit of a long link. I would suggest to simply send a QR code, because that way every phone has a camera. You just point to it, and then you have that little link that appears that you click on, and then from there it takes you to the area for them to upload their pictures. That's what I would recommend. Anyway, back to you, Joel.
Yeah. Again, the guys, when you look at Amazon, right, the reason they're exploding is because of convenience and done for you. Mm-hmm. Okay. Perfect example. It's embarrassing to say, but I needed dental floss. CVS and Walgreens is about 1 mile up the road, but I can either click one button and buy my dental floss and I get it here tomorrow, or, oh God, I got to get in my car and go up the road. So the point is, you're better off creating the Memory Place for them, and just like Chris said, setting the QR code. It's the same, so that was my point with the wedding. When you're a week out from a wedding, the bride and groom are so stressed out that they're not even going to remember about Memory Place in that moment, right? So it's better off that you just create the account, you print off some postcard style things and say, here, I'm going to go and just ask their permission. I'm going to go and put this QR code, this little postcard, on the guest of every table. Is that okay, Chris? And Chris is going to say, of course. But the point is, do it for them, because they're not going to do it for themselves, because their mind's somewhere else. And again, when you do it for them, that opens up even more, like, wow, because don't forget, let's say you take 1 hour to figure out how to use Memory Place. It won't take you that long, but it's very simple. the person who's having the wedding is not going to spend that even 10 minutes to go figure out how to use it. So you go and do it, create the service, do it for them, and you'll see a window of opportunity open up in reciprocation and so forth. I'm telling you guys, it works every time.
Bruce has a question. If let's say someone gets into the memory place and they're not suddenly aware of GotBackup and the Pro and all of this stuff, but they just want to sign up for memory place. If you want to address that.
Yeah. So let's go to memory place. You are seeing my screen, right, Chris?
Yeah. Yeah. It's here.
So here, the packages are here. So if they're doing monthly, you'll get a commission. And if they do yearly.
Right now, Joel, I see you Google screen.
We
Sorry.
see Google screen right now.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Oh, yeah. You have multiple screen, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Here, I know where I am at.
I know the drill.
Sorry, guys. Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay. Now you're seeing memory place. So here are the different packages that we have. So again, 25 gigs of space, up to 5 events, $8 a month. Our unlimited pack is $35 a month. So they'll get monthly commissions. If they pay for the year, you'll get a yearly commission. So yes, there's commissions based on monthly renewals and yearly renewals as well.
So folks, you see that it opens a gateway for you to really, it's not, you don't necessarily bring them all into GotBackup. I mean, the whole idea is GotBackup it's what's mainstream. The cloud storage, folks, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, which is moving into a trillion-dollar industry. That's where the money is. So that's where GotBackup is really the place to be. And having the Pro package is amazing because let's face it, folks, very, very, very few people in the general public will ever need even more than what's included in the Pro. And the selected few, like for example, a photographer, professional that may have, multiple clients and gigs and gigs and gigs of pictures and videos, then for them to have an individual package for example, memory place would make sense. But I'm telling you that what's offered in a Pro is just such an amazing basket of tools. In the same time, if you're serious in building a residual income with GotBackup, then you're adding a whole new different nets into the water as an expression, to catch those leads, to introduce them to what it is you're doing.
Just brought up because that question did come up. Yes, memory place here. Let me just share my screen again. Is available in multiple languages right here. So we can go to Spanish. You can see the different languages right here. I'll come back to English. So we do have it in multiple languages as well. So that's a good point. Yep, there's videos. There's videos on everything in our members area. Like Tammy alluded to, if you see an orange button in the members area, click it. We've got videos all over the place on how to use it. But I can almost guarantee you probably don't even need a video. It's very, very simple. But they're...
And keep in mind that every Saturday, Tammy and I always create a topic to train on something in the ecosystem of GotBackup. So understand, folks, that you're going to have so many opportunity to learn everything in a short period of time. And so tomorrow, Joel is going to be going through some practical application on all of these 4 different tools, including the GotBackup. But the fact here is the following Saturdays after that, we may focus on memory place. We may focus on the testimonials, and we'll show you the ecosystem around each of the tool and how you can gather those leads. So anyway, back to you, Joel.
Yeah, and so who qualifies, Richard? If you take the Pro membership, you have access to use memory place yourself or create events for other people. Okay, if that makes sense. It's not somebody who qualifies. If you have the package, then you have unlimited use of the tool itself, and so forth. So, yeah, I think that answers the questions. I'm not sure.
Okay. So I guess, Joel, we can probably end the session on this note, unless there's other questions that we haven't addressed.
I don't mind going another 10 minutes because some questions keep coming in and so forth, if that's okay, guys. Best way to set up. I'm not sure what Mara leads.
Oh, okay. There's a good question. Okay.
Well, I don't know. I'm posting. I don't set up what. I'm not sure what you mean.
Yeah, not sure. Yeah. There's a good question there from Horacio. in reference to what's the difference between the VIP package and the Pro package?
Yeah, there's really not much difference. And again, I'm the type of CEO, guys, that listens to you guys all the time. I've got my ears wide open all the time. And people were just asking if we could bring a package like this on the front end to help generate more commissions. Okay. So if you've got the VIP pack, okay, already, then you're just going to continue to pay $9.97 a month. If you got the VIP pack like lifetime or something, you're going to have everything that we're already discussing right now, but you're only going to pay for your basic package at $9.97 rather than $19.97. So it was just over time that, and here's why I was reluctant. Okay, is there's a mental block with a lot of people I would say in the age range of my age, from like 50 to 75. We hear this every day. Joel, I love the idea what you guys are doing, but I'm not technical. Let me wipe that off the table right now by saying, if you're on this webinar, you are technical enough to do this. Even though it's technology, they're super, super, super simple to use. Okay, like super, super simple. So get that mental block out of your head of, like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. Like, I mean, again, I'll say it again. If you're watching us live right now, you have enough technical skills to be able to build this business.
But the Pro account has more features than the VIP package had.
Yeah, a little bit.
And, yeah. And if they pay up front now, they get the 100 leads, which is huge value. So,
but remember too, the Pro package opens the gateway for you to receive a wonderful new area of commissions, right? There's that's the thing that you see. If you talk about product use, Joel, answer it. If it's just for product use, just maintain your $9.97 and then you have your VIP and just continue in that way. If the opportunity doesn't really doesn't have any value to you. But for those of you wanting the opportunity, people do what you do. That's a fact. Tammy and I have built a mammoth organization, and I'm telling you, it never fails. The leader will always define what the rest will do. And so if you have a team and you're sticking with the VIP, and that's what they'll do. But if you turn around and you take advantage of the Pro, then what's going to happen is your commission is going to increase because there's going to be more people. And overall, what's really nice is the value of a cycle increase for everybody as everybody jump into the Pro package, right? So you remember that the value of a cycle is based on the company's profitability. So it's really, really awesome because the community of GotBackup supports the entire world's commissions. So it's a brilliant. The more you understand this plan, the more brilliant you get. So that's the
more excited you get when you start to really see what's available. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sorry, Chris, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just get excited.
No, I appreciate 100% you adding this. Is that you that added Joel's comment here?
Yeah. So basically, it's unlimited. Okay. Because wouldn't that be a negative experience? Let's say we're at Bob's wedding and Bob's a really rich dude and he's got 800 people at his wedding, right? And then all of a sudden, halfway through the wedding, it says, oops, you've reached your limit. Instead of it being something that's a beautiful event for them, now they're going to be upset, right? Like, oh, you created this moment and everybody was trying to upload and it said you're out of space. So no, that would never happen, guys. We want those people. Here's something that I've learned over the years. When you give something away for free, it has to be amazing, even though you're giving it away for free. Because if you give something away for free, but they have a bad experience, they're never going to join you. Yeah. If you give something away for free and they're like, wow, that was cool, my whole wedding in one spot, now their hearts open up. But all of a sudden, if let's say we put a limit and, every 80% of people saying, sorry, limit, upgrade now, pay this amount of money. Now you've lost that person forever. So it's unlimited. Any other questions, guys, in here? Let me look.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's referring to the $9.97 package. No, you do not have access to the memory place unless you choose to buy it individually. Yeah. But it's more expensive than if you just get the whole package. But remember anyway, back to you, Joel.
Yes, Joe, like I just said, there is no limit. If you're creating an event for somebody, they can upload 10,000 pictures, 10,000 videos, okay? because again, we want now. Are we going to keep that memory place there for free forever? No. If there's literally like, let's say, let's use the best case scenario. Let's say Garth Brooks was one of my best friends. And I said, hey, Garth, at your next concert of 50,000 people, I want you to tell them to scan this QR code and everybody share how much fun they're having. Like, right? That would just like, we could build out a server farm that could handle that. But right now that would absolutely crash all our servers if all of a sudden 40,000 people were trying to upload things. But imagine if we get to those types of things where, holy cow, one event generated 25,000 leads. Like that's the possibility of this is what's this here. And then if you look at testimonial generator, okay, I'm not at the liberty to say who, but we had one guy who's a pretty decent influencer on Instagram. He's got a little over 1 million followers on Instagram, which is quite respectable. And he has a product, right? So what he did is he just put out a post on his Instagram saying, hey guys, if you like my product, and I'm not going to tell you what the product is because you might figure out who the influencer is. If you like my product, could you just click this link and shoot me a video testimonial, right? And so the guy got back like 300 video testimonials in 24 hours. What do you think happened next? Of course he became a customer. He's like, dude, thank you so much. Like, I mean, I've got, think of that marketing material at events, you know what I mean? Like for companies, right? So they're putting on an event and all of a sudden they get 500, testimonial videos that they can use in future marketing campaigns. Like it's a very, very powerful tool as well.
Cool. So I guess, Joel, we're getting close to an hour. Just again, want to underline, because some of you might have just jumped in later and some of you maybe are going to go back to the recording. Saturday, tomorrow, we're going to be doing some practical application and examples. I think that, who was it that asked the question? I'm just, Mara and Lee, I think, what's the best way to set up your own link and promote? We're not going to go into details. That's going to happen in future Saturday calls, but it's going to be kind of generic, but to give you an idea of how to set up your memory place to set up an event, how to set up an event with to create a testimonial link and things like that. So we're going to be doing this on Saturday. We'll take the hour and we'll focus on that. So we're not going to be so much on answering questions that we're doing here today, because I think today we've covered pretty much a whole circle of questions that are very common that you can come back and listen to.
Perfect. Yeah. And then tomorrow, sure, we can go through memory place is going to be the most popular. I can tell already. There's a lot of help desk tickets about it because and let me just finish with this. It's like what Chris was saying. What you guys need to understand is the money is in GotBackup. Why? People need to back up their stuff every hour, every day. In other words, they're using the tool 24/7, 365. The other tools, there's money in it, but it's not consistent income because people don't have a memory place every single day. People aren't shooting videos in VidUber every single day. They're not asking for testimonials every day, but the one common denominator for everybody, especially if they're in the online marketing world, you bet your bottom dollar they want to back up all their videos and everything that's on their computer. So that's what we mean by keep the core, because that's where the money is. It's something that people use every day. The other tools, you're going to collect commissions here and there. You're going to see things coming in, but it's not going to be everyday commissions like you get in GotBackup because it's not a tool that's used every day. Any final words, Chris or Tammy?
Joel, one thing I just would like to do here, let me just share something as we end here. I'm just going to share my screen. I want to show people how significant the GotBackup service is dealing with the computer. If you look at this one over here, this is the one that we're talking through right now. This drive has 2 terabyte, but look, I have 2.84 terabyte here. I know I have to clean that up a little, but what's happening is I'm a big movie editor. I love to edit movies, and we've done trainings, and everything is in GotBackup. But I can't keep everything on my computer. So in my computer, I deleted a lot of heavy lifting files that are sitting on the cloud. They're all here. So I have a 2 terabyte drive, but you see 2.84 terabytes. So that means what's on the cloud remains on the cloud. It's safe. It's there. And that's one of the practical application I thought that I just want to mention dealing with, where am I? Where's my mouse? There we go. dealing with GotBackup. It's such an important tool because everything you have is sitting there. So anyway, Joel, well, I'm done. I think we're okay for most of the questions.
Yeah. So let's say, guys, we'll probably focus mostly on memory place tomorrow. We'll go through it. We'll set it up. We'll show you how to use it and go from there. But again, let me come back because there was one more person saying, oh, thank you for talking about my generation about not being technical, guys. You really, I am not technical. I have a great technical team that you have access to as well, but you don't need to be technical to do any of this. We got your back on that. So have an awesome
example, Joel.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm not how much you've learned over the past 2 years, Tammy.
I know, it's amazing.
And then the thing is, now look,
that link there on each segment, if you watch the videos, and I even had to stop and start because I'm not quick when it comes to this stuff. But I learned how to do, lead capture system, email marketing. I learned all of that and the VidUber. I mean, I've learned all these tools because I clicked on that link, on the orange link that says watch the video training. And so if I can do it, honestly, anybody can do it.
Yeah, and when you're new to something, it always looks like rocket science, right, guys? Mm-hmm. So probably looking back now, Tammy, you're like, yeah, it really wasn't that bad.
Exactly.
But when you first look at it, you're like, oh my God, I got to be an Elon Musk SpaceX engineer here to figure this out. No, you don't, guys. No, you don't. It feels like that at first, but you don't have to. All right, guys. Well, have yourself an amazing day. We will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, and we'll do some training on memory place.
Awesome. Take care.
Have a great day, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.
Good day.